In the swamps of Africa lives a bird that seems to defy time. The shoebill, or Balaeniceps rex, is one of Africa's most fascinating birds. With its almost prehistoric appearance, its fixed stare, and its huge shoe-shaped bill, it seems to come from another age. Yet, behind this strange appearance hides a predator remarkably adapted to tropical swamps. Long difficult to classify, it is now placed in the order Pelecaniformes, but it constitutes a very unique lineage on its own, since the genus Balaeniceps and the family Balaenicipitidae contain only a single living species, this one. This uniqueness makes it an exceptional bird from an evolutionary standpoint. The shoebill is a large wading bird that can measure about 1.10 to 1.40 meters in height, with an impressive wingspan that can exceed 2.5 meters. Its weight generally varies between 4 and 7 kilograms. Its plumage is slate gray, sometimes slightly bluish, which allows it to blend into the wet landscapes it frequents. But its most striking feature is, of course, its gigantic beak, broad, powerful, and ending in a sharp hook. This formidable tool is not just for show. It is designed to grab, hold, and cut slippery prey in the water. Its long legs and widely spaced toes also allow it to walk on muddy ground and unstable floating vegetation. Its range is concentrated in the large wetlands of Central and East Africa. It can be found in particular in South Sudan, Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zambia, as well as in certain areas of Tanzania and other neighboring regions. The shoebill mainly lives in freshwater swamps, vast papyrus marshes, reed beds, and shallow floodplains. It is especially drawn to areas where the water is low in oxygen, because fish come to the surface more often there, making hunting much easier. Its existence is therefore closely tied to the overall ecological health of these wetlands. The shoebill's lifestyle is generally solitary. It is a discreet, calm, and methodical bird, spending much of its time motionless, watching the water with remarkable patience. Unlike many other water birds, it does not hunt in groups. It prefers to wait perfectly still, then strike with lightning speed as soon as prey comes within reach. Its diet consists mainly of fish, particularly lungfish, catfish, tilapia, and other species living in the marshes. But it can also catch amphibians, water snakes, monitor lizards, turtles, and sometimes even young crocodiles. Its hunting technique often involves lying in wait before suddenly thrusting its head and beak forward in an attack that is as precise as it is powerful. The shoebill is also known for its strange behavior and its almost expressionless face. It is often silent, but it can produce impressive bill-clattering sounds, especially near the nest. This is its call, similar to that of storks, and is used for communication between adults or with the young. Its flight, meanwhile, is slow and majestic. Like herons, it folds its neck back in flight, which further accentuates its unusual appearance. Despite its impressive size, it is a bird capable of great discretion, which explains why it remained mysterious to observers for so long. The reproduction of the shoebill is slow, demanding, and highly dependent on environmental conditions. The species generally forms monogamous pairs during the breeding season. The nest is built on a small island, a mat of floating vegetation, or an isolated area of the marsh. It is a large platform made of grasses and aquatic plants. The female usually lays 1 to 3 eggs, but in many cases only one chick ultimately survives to fledge. Both parents take part in incubating and raising the chick. Remarkably, they sometimes moisten the nest or the eggs with water to cool them down in the heat. The chick develops slowly. Incubation lasts about a month, and it then takes several more months before it can fly and become independent. This slow reproductive rate makes the species particularly vulnerable to any disturbance. Ecologically, the shoebill plays an important role in maintaining the balance of African wetlands. As a large predator of the marshes, it helps regulate certain populations of fish, amphibians, and other aquatic vertebrates. Its presence is also a valuable indicator of the quality of marsh ecosystems, as it requires vast, undisturbed habitats that are rich in prey. At the same time, it is an iconic species for birdwatching ecotourism, as many enthusiasts dream of observing this mysterious giant in its natural environment. Protecting the shoebill therefore also means protecting an entire world of marshes, papyrus, still waters, and discrete biodiversity. Unfortunately, the shoebill stork of the Nile is now under threat. Recent assessments reported by BirdLife International classify it as vulnerable, with a reduced and declining wild population. The main threats are the destruction and degradation of wetlands, draining of marshes, fires, disturbance of nesting sites, hunting, as well as illegal capture for the live animal trade. Since the species reproduces slowly and depends on very specific habitats, every loss of territory has significant consequences. Therefore, safeguarding the shoebill stork requires strict protection of African marshlands, control of human activities in these sensitive areas, and strengthening of local conservation programs. The shoebill stork of the Nile is not just a strange or spectacular bird. It is a living witness to an ancient evolutionary history, a specialist of African marshes, and a symbol of the fragility of wetland ecosystems. Within its stillness lies extreme precision. Within its rugged appearance is a perfect adaptation, and in its increasing rarity lies a warning. When marshes disappear, it is also the planet's most unique species that vanish. To protect the shoebill is to preserve an irreplaceable and vital part of Africa's natural heritage.